Yeah, I know what you mean, fam.
Oh shit.
Yo, I've been listening to hella shit lately. It's not even funny.
Yeah, man. For real. I want to get into like some cars. Remember the cars?
Yeah.
I want
Oh,
to
you
get
mean
into
the
like
fucking Who's Gonna Drive Me Home?
yes. Yes. I
I
want to
always
get
wanted to, cause I heard some of the debut album. That shit was actually fire. The
I
way
gotta
they were
check.
using the synths were way ahead of everybody else at that
Right.
time.
I gotta definitely like listen. I just like listening to different things and I don't want to talk about the same shit on this channel. I'm just not gonna do that. What up, Wacker, Ronnie? You know what I'm saying? I'm in a place now where I want to expand this channel to other things besides rap. I'm not the rap guy, and I'm tired of people looking at me like I'm some, oh that's the hip hop head. No, I'm a music lover first and foremost.
Right.
See, we need to get that straight. So that's why I'm getting away from the rap, discussions, and I mean I'm gonna still do it once in the blue on certain things. There's certain albums before the end of the year I want to talk about, but I need to expand my channel into other things. That's what I'm doing.
Respect on that.
You know, if you get the next gen, nah. I seen Alex with that with the PS5 unboxing, but that shit look like a damn like VCR. Yo.
Every damn gamer should know you should never get a console the
As
first
soon as
day.
it dropped, that was my mistake because I got the Xbox 360 back in like '08, and then I had that Ring of Death and that shit fucked my system up and I had to end up returning it to Xbox so that they could repair it, and it still fucked up after they brought it back.
Let me guess, you got it from GameStop, did you?
Yes. I,
Never. See, that's why I stopped shopping that bullshit.
hmm
Only time I support GameStop recently was when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out for the first day, and
Right.
I just went there because you know how much I love Kingdom Hearts and shit.
Yeah. Yeah. hmm That
But
happened to
fuck
me. So
GameStop, man.
I ain't in no rush to get no. I just I barely play my Xbox One as it is. Like I'm not in no rush to get the next Xbox. I'm good. I'll wait.
Yeah, I'm still good on my PS4 because what I'm trying to get me some vintage like GTA games,
Right.
and I'm trying to get me some new games too because there's some games I really want to get by Christmas, but I'm trying to save some money. You know what I'm saying?
Right. For sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, y'all think it's a fucking game, my nigga? You think it's a fucking
Movies
game?
have
Got bills.
movies have, you know what I mean? Is it I mean like like is the gamers are gonna buy it, you know what I'm saying? I seen some articles where they were like that like Xbox put out a they put out some notice telling like their consumers not they were people are vaping and they're blowing the smoke in the new Xbox,
What kind of stupid shit is that?
bro. And they put out a statement online. I'm like, why are you doing that? I'm like, you could never do that with the 360 because that shit would have went out if you blew smoke in that shit. Because they didn't have no air unit. You have to buy your own air unit for that shit just to cool off the system when it got hot. And I did it, and it still fucked up on me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They're vaping next to the new console, and the smoke is going into the console. I don't get that.
I was just thinking, I'd rather even get the Wii U before I get the PS5 to keep it above.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I never had no issue with me. You know what I'm saying? It's just I always wait a couple years to see like what games they're gonna come out with these consoles. Like, is it gonna be the same shit? You know, because for the majority of these consoles, it's the same thing. It's just Madden,
Right.
2K, this Call of Duty, the same thing on a different console, and they always say, "Oh, it looks much better," and you don't see the difference,
That's the same way I feel about iPhones.
right? What is the difference? Like, I have to see the difference of how those games on Xbox or PS5 gonna look. I don't see the difference right now. You know what I'm saying? 8K or whatever the hell, I don't mean that. It's about the gameplay and how it look. Like, is it look like does it look real? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I don't notice the difference, man. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. I'm like, man, I'm good on that. I'll wait. I'll wait like 3 years and see where it's at about it.
I feel you on that, man.
You know what I mean? Like, at that time,
Oh
then all those.
shit.
Huh?
Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off. I see a Wii U for like $175 and shit.
That shit should be cheaper than that now. You know. At
But
that time, yo, all them other games that I try to get that was expensive, they'll be marked down. You know what I'm saying? So, favorite rapper from Queensbridge, Nas. Not even a
I
question.
would say Nas, but all part of me would also say Prodigy too.
Prodigy, definitely.
I can tell Ronnie like that fucking Nas versus Queensbridge episode because he's been talking about it for a couple of videos now and shit.
Oh, man. That shit. I gotta finish watch that. I ain't finished watching yet.
Yeah, man. Cause Loki, man, I definitely hear you about the fucking video game consoles and shit like that.
Yeah.
Because I remember one of my homeboys got the fucking PS3 for the first time. He had to pay like fucking 600 the
What the
first
fuck?
time. I'm like, you stupid as fuck. And then this shit started fucking up. Cause everybody knows like the first couple of consoles they always fuck up the shit
Yeah.
before the right one before
I
they
learned
act.
my lesson after that, after 360.
Yeah,
I'm like, nope. When I got Xbox One, that was a birthday present from somebody, and that was like after that, way after that shit dropped. So I like 2017, I got that or some shit.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? But I ain't been on it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like since we've been like doing these podcasts and shit, I ain't been on it like how I would usually be on that game console like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm outgrowing it.
True. Hey,
Yeah.
Wack. I don't even know if I'm saying his name. Is it Walker
Whack,
or
yeah. Yeah, whack.
would you recommend the Switch over the Wii U? And if so, which Smash Brothers game like would you recommend though? Cause I mostly just get these new Nintendo consoles for Smash Brothers these days.
Right. Yeah, I didn't play the Switch. I remember when it came out.
Oh, I gotta show you something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit. You just got that?
Yeah, I've been had Vendetta and I had Fight
Oh
for New York
no.
and shit.
Classics, man. Classics.
On
Yeah,
the
them
game
shits I could play for hours. You know what I'm saying? Like I could play all the old school shit for hours.
for
You know what I'm saying?
real.
But like right now, it's like it ain't no game out there that I'm hyped for, man. Like, you know, what another Call of Duty? I mean, I've played tons of Call of Duty games. I don't get hyped for Call of Duty no more like I used to. There used
I
to be a
mean,
time like right around the time when Modern Warfare came out and World at War, I was hyped for those Call of Duty games. You know, Black Ops. I don't get hyped for that.
because it's all the same thing now.
Yeah, and it's like it's like every year they drop. So they wasn't doing that, you know, back then. They wasn't dropping Call of Duty every year. So,
Hell, I'm still waiting for that Call of Duty LA riots and shit, low key.
right. I don't get hyped for them. Madden, I don't get hyped for that no more, and 2K and all that.
Nah,
You
I
know?
don't get hyped
I
for
was using my Xbox One mostly for Blu-rays, like to watch Blu-rays and shit. I wasn't even playing a lot of games in there, and I got games I still ain't finished on that shit.
facts.
You know, he
Say
said the
less.
Switch is better.
Ronnie said better video game collection, Mario or Sonic. Mario,
Oh yeah, Mario definitely.
fuck Tails. I'm still on my fuck Tails train, man.
But
Fuck
we but,
Tails.
but Sonic have the better movie though. They got the better movie right now.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I
Wait, wait,
mean?
wait. Are you talking about the old Sonic or the new Sonic?
The one with Jim Carrey in it, the new one.
I haven't seen that one. I heard it was good though.
That one is good. That's a good
I
one.
thought you meant the old cartoon Sonic because I never got into the Mario movies to this day. That's
Which
one thing Sonic got over Mario, the fucking movies.
they're supposed to be doing a new one, but who knows?
We need a Wario movie. That's what we fucking
Yeah,
need.
yeah, that would be nice.
Give me a Wario and Luigi movie.
Oh man,
Fuck Mario and Luigi. If y'all can't get it right, then just don't get it right at all.
for real.
Shit. I'm thinking about doing Quincy Jones back on the block this weekend.
Okay.
But I gotta finish up some stuff.
But whenever you ready, man. So,
Alright.
you know,
I gotta prove to him that he did more stuff than Michael Jackson.
definitely. definitely.
Because these young motherfuckers think he just did Michael Jackson shit. They don't know nothing about the fucking
Hmm.
Back on the Block, the
Right.
dude, James Ingram, Color Purple
Super joint.
Store.
Yeah.
They don't even fucking know he did a theme song to Sanford and Son.
Right. Yep. Yeah, man. Except for from Mario, but Sonic K is annoying. Mario is a shit, man. I like Sonic too. Um, you no doubt. This group, man. Like I came in on No Doubt, like the Tragic Kingdom album. It wasn't even the first joint. Return of Saturn. I gotta hear that joint. Tragic Kingdom was the shit though. That's was that the first album? Tragic Kingdom?
I thought their first album was a self-titled debut.
I might be wrong. Um, I thought it was. Oh yeah, the subtitle was 92. Yeah, okay, so 95. Yeah, 95 was when I came in on No Doubt. It was Tragic Kingdom. That joint was fire too. I like my early introduction to like alternative rock and stuff like that. And nah, I didn't get PS. We just people just acted up. We didn't get PS5 and Xbox. I ain't even trying to get that right now. No doubt, like they hooked up in '86 actually in California, and the band consists of Gwen Stefani, of course, and guitarist Tom Dumont, bassist Tony Canal, and drummer Adrian Young, and Gwen Stefani and Tony Canal they were um they were dating very early, and it says that Gwen came on to Tony and Tony rejected her a couple times, and then he decided to start dating her,
Oh,
and supposedly, and they kept their relationship a secret from the group for like a whole year, and I think they were dating in high school or something like that, and some members came in and out of the group. One of their members had passed away. Um, Forgot who it is. Somebody that was in the group had passed away, and they switched some members around, and then they dropped the first album in '92, and it failed to make an impact. And the second album, Beacon Street Collection, sold over 100,000 copies in '95. And then they went diamond with Tragic Kingdom in '95. That was my introduction. And I'm like watching the Don't Speak video, big record for them. I was like the third single. Um, and you know, with this album, I'm not even gonna talk about like when they took a break and all that, but like after the success of Return to Saturn in 2000, they they went to they in 2001 the album was actually supposed to drop in on September 11th actually, and this is the album here, Rocksteady 2001. It came out in December. The anniversary's coming up. It came out in December. I think it was December 11th. It came out. It was supposed to drop on September 11th, and you know what happened with that. It got delayed, and the Hey Baby single came out in October of '01, and they went to they recording this album. They went to Jamaica, and they hooked up with Sly and Robbie, The producers, they produced a lot of dancehall classics for like, Matt Cooper and Patra and those dancehall artists in the 90s. And they were recorded in Jamaica. And suppose there's a lot of drama with this album. Like supposedly this whole album is is mainly about Gwen's relationship with Gavin Rossdale from Bush when they hooked up in the 90s, and they they got married. They had two sons, and um supposedly a lot of the songs on here is about their relationship, like the long distance, because he was living like overseas, and I think Gwen was living in California. Um, they started recording in Jamaica, and they uh they began writing the album in Jamaica and recording it in different places: Los Angeles, San Francisco, London. I think he was living in London, and Gwen was traveling to London to go see him when they were out there and stuff like that. And trying to give like the backstory for the album and shit. So 2000 they had dinner in 2000 with a group. What up? It's the Crown Heights was good. 2000 they were having dinner, and they decided to like go in a different direction with this album and do more dancehall reggae oriented album, more sound for that. And um, what happened was when Gwen was visiting Gavin in London, and the band traveled with her in London to do some certain songs and stuff. And they traveled different places: Jamaica, London, California. Um, when they went in Jamaica, they were drinking like red stripe beers and having rum and cokes and eating jerk chicken and stuff. And they started recording like in like mid afternoon and worked all the way into the nighttime. And when the way that she was like writing the songs, it was like different for her. Like this writing process was different on this album compared to the other albums. And they had stopped. No, they recorded, and they what happened was they were recording in June 2001. They were still recording, but they used producers like Dr. Dre and Timbaland, but the Timbaland and Dr. Dre tracks never made the album.
Oh
So,
wow.
and I've yet to hear those. There's a Timbaland track called "It's a Fight." Didn't make the album, and Dr. Dre have a song called "Wicked Day." Didn't make the album.
Crazy.
And huh?
That's crazy.
Yeah. And I have yet to hear those songs. I gotta look for those songs if they have it online. And yeah, they used the front man from the Cars, Rick, or how you say his name? Ocasek. Ocasek.
Austeric, some shit like that.
Yeah, he passed away. Rest in peace to him. Um, and they wanted to work with Rick longer, but like the producers like they picked out to work with, there was some time issues with the producers. Like they didn't have enough time to work with Dre Moore and Timbaland and Pharrell and them because Neptunes wrote a song. Neptunes wrote hella good, but they didn't produce it though. But they wanted to work more with them, but they didn't have time. And it was just a lot of drama going on surrounding this album and Gwen's relationship with Gavin. And on top of that, the whole 9/11 thing happened, and the album got pushed back. Reg, what was your first like introduction to No Doubt before I go on with this album?
Well, when it comes to No Doubt, I can't exactly remember my first introduction
Right.
or like I just remembered hearing them a lot, like growing up. Of course, Gwen Stefani. Definitely, everyone knows who Gwen Stefani is and
Right.
whatnot. But yeah, I definitely like this sound. Like it, they weren't really just a rock. They were kind of they were kind of like the influence. You can tell they were influenced by like the Clash,
Right.
because the Clash was very influenced by like reggae and ska, and they used that for punk and whatnot too. So
Hmm.
they were just definitely like way like one of those leading alternative groups or whatnot. I just love that alternative music from like the early to mid '90s
Yes,
and
definitely.
whatnot, and definitely legendary group right here. And it's, believe it or not, I've heard. I want to say I've heard the fucking Tragic Kingdom album, but it was like a while back ago.
Same.
So this was like the first album I've heard from them in a while, like not the first album I've heard from them like in a while and stuff like that.
Right.
But I was definitely even thinking about really looking more into the discography and whatnot too. Once I get into like the alternative rock music and shit.
Yeah,
So
most of their albums I've heard. The last one they did, was it Show and Prove or something. I heard that like when it dropped a while back. It's only like the first two I didn't really I didn't check out, but most of the other stuff I heard.
and I
Um,
actually want to hear the first two albums too because
yeah, I didn't hear those definitely. And what they were doing when they were in Jamaica, like they recorded demos of like when they were creating the album, they would record themselves like the early demos, and they would just take from, instead of reworking the songs, they would just take from the recordings, and they wanted to keep that initial spark of the demos for this album. So that's what they did with a lot of the songs that were conceived in Jamaica.
right,
You know, um, the album has a. Huh?
huh?
No, I was saying the album has a lot of different producers and songwriters. You got Nellee Hooper on here. You got No Doubt. They produced the albums. Sly and Robbie gave it that dancehall reggae feel. You got Rick Corbett. He's done stuff with Madonna. Um, you got Rick Ocasek from the Cars. You got Prince. Rest in peace to Prince. Prince did a song in there called Waiting Room.
Yes.
We're gonna definitely talk about that song because there's some drama with that song as well.
Oh yeah.
Um, and you had some dope remixes. Now, for this album has 13 songs, but on the international iTunes limited edition, there's a dope remix you gotta talk about because that should have been added to the album, and it's also on the UK edition for the album. But the intro starts off with just basically like an intro, and you hear like Gwen's voice, and she's talking about like real love survives, the Rocksteady vibe, and that's like a recurring theme through this album. So it wasn't really nothing much to it, just like her voice and she's saying that.
All right. Yeah, man. I definitely the intro was not really anything towards intro. So yeah.
Then you got Hella Good, one of my favorite tracks on here. I
Oh
believe that was the second single on here. And the Neptunes wrote that. I thought the Neptunes produced it. I read somewhere that they actually produced it, but they wrote it. And I love it. It's like a dope rock infused track. It's really, you have like different pop sounds in the background, nice beat, nice guitars and synthesizers on it. Um, Gwen says the waves keep on crashing on me for some reason, but your love keeps on coming like a thunderbolt. And I love the chorus, got me feeling hella good, so I'm gonna keep on dancing.
yes.
I love that. Uh,
Then.
Dan. And I love the video. The video is like in black and white, and it looked like they're in like a submarine or something.
Yeah.
And it's like all kind of like dancing and couples making out, and it's crazy. Love that song. They're definitely one of my favorites on this album, and yeah, it's a classic. It's a classic song.
Yeah, man. I definitely forgot about this track, believe it or not. It's like one of my favorite tracks off this album, and you can tell just from this song how much of a contrast it is to their earlier work because I've heard a lot of people say how this album was like more of like a poppy album than the most and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But No Doubt has always been one of those groups that you never really can know what they're gonna do
But
next.
it,
So
right, exactly.
yeah, man. That's definitely like I'm not like the biggest Neptunes fan. Like y'all should know.
Okay.
I'm dropping everything. Fuck. Not the biggest Neptunes fan, but they did their thing on this one. They did their thing. I'm not gonna lie. I actually did thought that they did produce this too because it has that Neptunes early 2000s style. Like I definitely would say so. Definitely a classic song right here.
Definitely. Then we get to Hey Baby. That was the first single with featuring Bounty Killer, the dancehall reggae artist from the '90s. And,
Yes.
that has like again, that was produced by Sly and Robbie. It has like a dancehall reggae feel to it. And I didn't really, yo, I didn't care for this song. Like when when
What?
this song came, I did not like the song, yo. I did not like it. And I was like, I think like even when that joint came out, I was like, yo, I ain't care for. But when Hella Good came out, I'm like, oh, this is what I'm talking about. I like this song better. But even now, it's like I listen to this song, I'm like, I still don't care for this song.
Interesting. Okay.
You know what I mean? But I will tell you this though, the remix, the remix should have been on this album because the remix, and I didn't know they had a remix for this. The remix features Outkast and Killer Mike.
What?
Yes, and I put the description in the link is down below in the descriptions. Yes, there's a remix where Outkast and Killer Mike is called the Stent Dirty Mix, and it sounds totally different from the original. I'm like, well, why didn't they put this on the album? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Totally different. And this is Outkast. This is like Stankonia Outkast. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? It's Big Boy and Andre spitting bars, and you got Killer Mike on that. I didn't know that, and I look. It just when I was like doing the like looking for interviews and stuff for the album on YouTube, I found the remix. I'm like, yo, they should have made that bonus track. You know what I'm
I get what
saying?
you're saying.
But I like Lady Saw's part. Lady Saw, another dancehall artist. I'm not Lady Saw. Bounty Killer. I like his part, and he says, when you rock your hips, you know that it amazes me. Got me off the hook, and nothing else don't phase me. Can you be my one and only sunshine lady? I like that. And the story with this track is when Gwen would be on tour with the band, she would see how the female groupies was just as bad as the male groupies.
Right.
She saw how they would hook up with the band members, and she didn't like that. She felt like they were degrading themselves or whatever. And even in the lyrics, she says, "I'm the kind of girl that hangs with the guys like a fly on the wall with my secret eyes, taking it and trying to be feminine, my makeup bag, watching all the sin." So she had a problem with the band members hooking up with these random groupie chicks, and she made a song about it. That's how that this song was conceived or whatever.
Mm. Yeah, man. Definitely an interesting track too. I thought at first it was like a weird combination between like Bounty Killer and No Doubt, but I personally do like this track. I need to definitely hear that remix with Outkast and Killer Mike.
That shit is fire.
Shit, because these days a lot of cats just know Killer Mike is for his shit with LP. They forget that he was down with Outkast at one point. So
Hmm.
yeah, man, that's Hey Baby.
Yes.
Oh, shout out to Sly and Robbie, by the way. Definitely reggae legends right there.
Salute to them. Then we get to track 4. We get to Making Out. It has like an electro pop track. It's like a real groovy bass line. And this is like one of those songs where Gwen is talking about her relationship with Gavin and how he lived in London and she was living in the States and it was long distance. And she basically singing about how she's anticipating the days when she can hardly wait to see him. And she's saying we're on the phone, we're all alone, and that just ain't good enough. I go around the world to see your face, because this just ain't good enough. That's basically what she's talking about. Like, can't anticipating, waiting to see her significant other, and she can't wait to make out with him and all that. So I thought it was a good song. What else?
Yeah, I never really cared for this track like that, to be real. I mean, I like it, but it's not like a song I would like obviously go back to.
Right.
So, yeah, it is what it is on that one.
And yeah. So we get to the track 5 underneath it all, featuring Lady Saw. This is the one with Lady Saw. The third single from the album. They won a Grammy for Best Pop Performance Vocal by Duo or Group at the 46 Grammys. It was number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. And this song again is about Gavin, and how when she used to hear rumors about Gavin cheating and being with other women, and she was like, having her doubts about him, and she would think of like, does he really love her? Is his heart only for her and not for other women? And know, wondering, underneath it all, is he really, have true feelings for her? So that's what the song was about. And I think it's one of the best songs on here. It's real melodic. You have a nice beat, nice bass line, horns, nice reggae joint. And what she says, there's times when this dress rehearsal seems incomplete, but you see the colors in you like no one else, and behind your dark glasses you're something else. Then you got Lady Saw saying, not too raunchy like her usual stuff. Nice verse aside from your temper. Everything else secure. You're good for me, baby. For that I'm sure. Because over and over again we want more. So I liked her verse on there. She's not in the video though. Like she had there's like a little mural of her in the video, but she's not there actually in the video with them. But it was dope.
Yeah, this was probably like my favorite track off this album, to be real with you. What I really love like the vibe, the reggae vibe of this track right here. Definitely dope track. Love the beat to it. I love the line where Gwen said, "You know some real bad tricks, and you need some discipline. But lately you've been trying real hard and giving me your best, and you give me the most gorgeous sleep." So definitely like that fucking line. I fuck with it.
Yeah, it's dope. Um, yeah, definitely one of my favorites on here. And yeah, they have a video for that as well. So um, we got track 6, Detective,
Oh
and
my god, this song's hilarious.
and this is like a two-parter, because the next track is like a sequel to this one. But with this one, basically a song about cheating. I like the beat, and like a guitar driven type of track, and the part I like the part with Gwen is singing peek in, sneak about, I'm gonna snoop and call you out. That part in the song, I think that she started off with that track, and that part I liked in the song. And then she says, so why are you so destructive? Do you realize what you've done? You can't bring it back to life now. What are you running from? But yeah, that it was a cool song. Not one of my favorites, but I get the whole idea of the song.
Yeah, this track right here was pretty funny. Definitely talking about cheating. It sounds like something Christina Aguilera would kind of do. Like, and don't get, and I'm not saying that in a bad way because it definitely has like a Christina Aguilera sound to it. But yeah, man, definitely fuck with this song right here. I mean, it's a 2000, so what's this decade without a cheating song?
Exactly. Um, then now track 7 now is interesting. Don't Let Me Down. This is a sequel to Detective, and the story with this song is um Gavin actually cheated on her, and he cheated on her with Courtney Love. And Courtney Love,
Courtney Love.
yes. Let me tell you,
Oh, what?
Courtney Love was on Howard Stern show back then. Courtney Love was on the Howard Stern show talking about that she slept with Gavin while he was with Gwen, and that he was sleeping with other women that she didn't know about. but Courtney, even though Courtney knew that he was with Gwen, she didn't care. Like she still slept with him, and it was going on for 6 months. They had an affair for 6 months, and that like they were talking about having like being more serious, but it never got to that point. And I put the link, the Huffington Post link is in the description if people want to read the article that she was talking about that. And
That's wild.
when Gwen found out, like, she was devastated, but she was like they were still trying to figure a way out to save the relationship, and they're gonna continue together. And that's based like the song is basically about like them trying to get back to like a place of happiness, but she was still apprehensive of getting back with him. So she's like wondering, if she can ever trust him again. But it was like the feel of the song was like, things are looking up in their relationship. So I thought it was like Rick Ocasek from the Cars produced it. It has that Cars vibe to it, nice drum, hard drums, nice guitars. It's a straight rock track, and she's saying, time after time is just too much to take. I was waiting so long just to get to this place, and it finally feels like the loss was found. You got me filled up now, don't let me down. So yeah, so that's basically how the song was made because of that his infidelity with her, cheating on her with Courtney Love and all that. So I think it was a good song. I definitely think I like this one better than Detective.
Wow. I never actually knew that and shit. So that's news to me.
And she admitted it on the Harvest Stone show.
Corny gives no fucks. Wow.
And she was like how people when like her friends knew, but she told her friends, I don't know why you would do that. She told her friends, and that like her friends used to tell her that he sounds so much like Kirk. So
And they're divorced now, right?
yeah. They have two sons together, but she's with what's the name? Blake. I forgot his name. The country dude from that show. Um I forgot that talent, the name of that talent show with Adam Levine.
America's Got Talent or some shit.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, she with him. What I'm saying? I heard she was pregnant. I don't know if she was.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. But this is like '01. So this is like her two sons are like probably big now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. But this track right here was pretty good. Definitely took us like an inside look on what you just told me and whatnot. So I definitely fuck with it. Definitely represents like it, I like how it balances the feel like it's very poppy, yet like the lyrics are like very personal and whatnot.
Yeah.
Definitely like the production on it too. So yeah.
Yeah. This is like a straight rock joint. So it's like this is like vintage, no doubt. It's not no reggae joint or ska, nothing, no pop joint. Straight rock joint. You know.
Hmm.
This track 8 we get to start the fire. Now this one is more reggae, has a more reggae ska vibe to it. I like the beat and the bass line, the sound effects on it. It's a romantic type of good vibe type of track, and she's talking about, just come here and cuddle up. I feel a little rough. I missed you in my sleep. Are you still mad at me? The moon must have mended my bad mood. Could come kiss me the way you were meant to. And then on the chorus it has like go on and get the lighter. We're gonna need some fire. So it was more like a playful, romantic type of track, a lighter tone type of track compared to like the last two songs.
Yeah. This track right here was pretty hot though. Uh, like I said before, you can never expect like the usual when it comes to No Doubt. So I fuck with this track.
Yeah, this was cool. This was cool. Track 9, you got running. I believe that was the fourth single, and I love this song. This is like a real melodic song. It has like an ice cream truck type of melody to it. Nice beat. Is real somber, real melancholy, as they call it. Gwen singing, I'm the one you chose out of all the people you wanted me the most, and I'm so sorry that I've fallen. Help me up. Let's keep on running. And I like this the chorus. run as fast as we can. I like that. So the video shows them with like different pictures and clips of them when they were starting out with the band and like when she was dating Tony in the group, and they have like pictures and video when they were like little kids and when they were teenagers and in their early 20s. So I like the video too. It goes well with the song.
Yeah, this track right here was alright. You know, it was a little nice little ballad and stuff like that. So not like one of my favorites, but I don't have nothing bad to say about it either.
Yeah. Um. Then you get to track 10. In my head, I love this song too. Nice beat, has like a real creepy bass line to it, real spooky bass line. And basically Gwen talking about like all the crazy things that are going in her head. Thinking about Gavin and what is he doing, and how she copes with romantic sadness and the happy place she went to. And I like the part of the song where she says, long distance, don't talk about it. Your ex girlfriends don't talk about it. You without me, don't talk about it. And she says, there's just something about you that gets me in twists, and sometimes I think that Cupid is just taking a piss. So yeah, definitely again one of those songs that's directly about her relationship with Gavin and how it affect her mentally. And I thought it was a dope song.
Um, this track right here, definitely another good song. Actually, one of my favorite tracks off this album because it's like a grim look. Like not all romance is
Right,
sweet. It's not always lovey dovey and shit. So
right,
get that bullshit out your head.
exactly.
Um, and you know how it's crazy because you know how you little and shit like that,
Mm,
and you be like fascinated. You know how you be little and you be fascinated. They be trying to like force all these Hollywood couples down your throat. These little white Hollywood couples like
right.
Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton, and like
Took it way back, yo.
yeah. I'm
I
just
don't
saying.
even remember it. Was that before we were born or what?
Yeah,
Oh Lord,
I'm just saying
you
because
said
you know
Elizabeth
how
Taylor and Richard Burton. I don't even know who the hell Richard Burton is.
I think she was her first
Oh,
and third
sorry.
husband or whatever.
Oh,
Because she married him like 2 or 3 times. I don't know.
shit.
But you know how motherfuckers don't even want to. They like to sweep all the negativity under the rug and shit like
Right.
that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So that's the one thing I got from this track right here. I love the line like in the first, like when she says, "I try to think about big fat roses when the ship starts going down, but my head is wicked jealous. Don't want to talk about it right now."
right.
Definitely love those lines and shit. So yeah, man, I fuck with this shit. Dead ass.
Yeah, this was dope. I would have liked to see a video for this, but
Yeah, this could have been a single.
it should have been.
It could have been a single.
Yeah. Then we get to track 11, Platinum Blonde Life. Now this song is actually about
Ooh.
her dyeing her hair blonde. I've never heard of an artist making a song about their hair, except for I want to say except for Ariana, because Ariana do have a new song on her album where she talks about her extensions, and I
Well,
think that's
look, didn't Lil Kim dye her hair blonde at one point?
yeah. But did she make a song about it too?
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? That Ariana song is so stupid. Also, I'm like, you talking about a weave? Like, out of all the things you can be singing about, you talking about your weave. But yeah, she actually made the song about dyeing her hair blonde. And again, it's a straight rock track. I like the hard drums and the guitars. It's like a Cars influence track, produced by Rick Ocasek from the Cars. And yeah, she talks about dyeing her hair blonde because her natural color is brown, and she dyed it blonde or whatever, like early in her career. And it sounds like one of those, I don't give a fuck, let loose type of song.
Right.
Says I'm closing all the curtains, don't you even bother. I'm calling murder, but I'm underneath the covers. And I like the chorus. She's singing, "There's a knock on my door, but I'm not gonna open it. I'm gonna close my eyes and maybe it will go away." And that's how I feel sometimes. Like, don't bother me. Just leave me alone. Let me be in my mood or whatever. And I love this song. I think it's a careful track.
Yeah, I might be the only person here, but I never knew she dyed her hair blonde to keep it a buck with you.
Yeah, yeah. She dyed her hair blonde. I want to say for I think the Tragic Kingdom album, I hear was born.
See, that's how
Even,
you know.
even for this album, I believe I hear was born for this album.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Cause I saw the picture like when I saw it like on the picture on Genius, and they have like a picture when she was like a natural brown, and then when she dyed her hair blonde or whatever. So like Eminem is not a natural blonde. Like he dyed his hair blonde
Yeah.
after a while. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Interesting. But yeah, this is a pretty dope track right here. Definitely love the rock energy of this track and shit. So yeah.
yeah. That was dope. Track 12, one of my favorites on here. We get to Waiting Room, produced and written by Prince, the one and only Prince. Rest in peace to Prince Rogers Nelson.
Rest in peace.
This song again is also about the relationship with Gwen and Gavin at that time, and her you know she didn't like the long distance relationship that they had, and you know she felt like it was like she was a waiting room like just to see him. You know, she couldn't see him when she wanted to, so she wrote the song about that, and it's real funky track. It reminds me of a new Power Generation track. It has like those vibes.
Right.
Prince is singing background with her, and yeah, you know, he sounds real soulful. His voice matches hers, and I like the way that they both sing together in sync. And his falsetto is definitely complements her voice, and um, she's singing, "You're the one I'm dreaming of. Why does this feel like wasted time? What a price this traveling love. You and me trapped between these lines." And you know, I love that song, that chorus. All I can do is wait for you. I love that joint. This remind me more of a Prince song than a No Doubt song, because
I'm saying.
his whole imprint is on the song, like from the the instrumentation. Well, I mean, no Doubt produced it as well with him, but this is more Prince calling the shots on this song compared to the band. But I believe he played keyboard on this.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, and the band just chimed in, but yeah, this is definitely all Prince on this track. But I love it. It's a great track.
Yeah, definitely a very strong track. Um, yeah, man, you can definitely tell it's a Prince song just from the background vocals and
Yeah,
just from like the energy that he brings to the table. Like he was definitely the MVP here.
definitely.
So yeah, very cool track.
Then we get to the last song, the title track, Rocksteady, and again like the same thing that Gwen was singing on the intro about real love survives, the Rocksteady vibe, and she sings it on this song at the end, and it had a nice beat, a nice bass line, real upbeat type of track, and she's singing "Love is like a punishment. Homegirl here to represent, so innocently you seem to come my way while Tinkerbell and Cupid play." And yeah, I thought it was a decent title track. Good way to end the album.
Yeah, definitely a very decent track. Nice way to end off the album and stuff too. So I fuck with it.
Yeah, that's the album. It's 13 songs. Like I said, like the remix they should have put for Hey Baby. That should have been a bonus joint because when you have Outkast as big as they was at that time, it's like you got to put Outkast on an album and Killer Mike at that. That's a crazy remix.
For
You know,
real.
I love the album. Like the fact that it was like a real personal album for Gwen and her relationship with Gavin at that time, and it was real publicized. I remember like hearing about it on MTV and all that. Um, I love the production and it had like many different sounds of like the reggae, dancehall reggae, and electro pop, alternative rock, and you know, um, definitely a great song. My favorite tracks, hella good. Love that song. Underneath it all, in my head, running, waiting room, all great songs. I think it's a classic album. Definitely one of my favorite, no doubt, albums of all time. So definitely find Mike's my favorite.
Yeah, man. Definitely very strong album. Love the experimentation of this album and stuff like that. I would not say if it's my favorite album yet, because I definitely want to
Right,
hear their discography
right.
and we listen to a couple of things, but I definitely feel like it's a strong contender. And you know it's crazy too because this album came out like after they were going through like a lot of commercial disappointment with the previous album.
Right,
Like I mentioned before, I know like a lot of the core rock heads, you know, they kind of want to deem them as like sellouts and stuff
yeah,
like that.
right.
Um, I don't even think, like I said before, I don't even think they were selling out because they were always doing the unexpected and even the old music. So I definitely love this album.
Well, I mean, shit. Well, compared to a lot of the groups now, like Maroon Five, I think they definitely sold out, and a long
Yeah,
time ago at that. You know what I'm saying? Cause I remember when for Maroon Five when they came out with what is it the Five album, a lot of their fans were pissed off that they went away from their signature sound and do a lot of the trendy shit, a lot of collabs with whoever was popping, whether it was SZA or Future. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of their fans like stopped listening to them because of that. But
yeah,
I think the bigger you get, you're gonna have that. You're gonna get people to feel like you sold out. I don't feel like No Doubt sold out. I feel like they kept their sound.
I feel like
Uh,
they stood out.
you feel like they sold out?
Yeah, and the thing is, when it comes to Moon, I'm like an old Moon. I'm more of a fan like the first album or two albums or whatnot
Mhm.
because it had more of like a blue eyed soul pop rock kind of feel. But then they did this whole stupid move like Jagger. All this, they depended mostly on Adam Levine's looks and his sex appeal.
Right.
And I hate when groups do that shit
Yeah,
because it takes the integrity away
yeah.
from
Like
like what they really stand for.
they sound now is like they're going along with whatever is trendy in hip hop and in pop, and I'm like, well, that's not Maroon Five, man. They don't do that,
Nah,
you know. And I've seen it happen even with groups like 30 Seconds to Mars when they came out with their last album. They did the same thing. They were doing like this whole trap like pop shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of they beats and bass lines were like trap beats. I'm like 30 Seconds to Mars, like Jared Leto rhyming with Travis Scott. What? What am I hearing?
isn't that a rock group?
Yeah. And they changed their sound again to fit with the times. And they had Travis Scott on that album. And they've never done that. You know what
That's
I'm saying? So they, is do you have those alternative bands where they're changing their sound to fit with what's trending now? It's ridiculous. Also on this on the album if you have the um the enhanced version, it when you put it in your computer, you'll get to see the making of the album because they have like actual. They took footage in Jamaica when they were making the album with Bounty Killer and Lady Saw and Sly and Robbie. So if you have the enhanced copy, like I have it, you can see it when you put it in your computer and all
Mm.
that. Ronnie said Queen, Bohemian, Rhapsody, or We Are the Champions. I love We Are the Champions.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
But I love both songs. Um, I love those Queen albums. I definitely want to discuss Queen on here. You know.
If you do a discography breakdown, I'm definitely
Yeah.
down.
Well, I mean, but any Queen album. We don't have to be. But I don't have all the albums.
Oh,
I don't have none of the albums actually. But I mean, at some point, I do want to discuss them because they are legends, and I did grow up. Listen to
yeah,
them.
like Queen is definitely one of those groups that they can never do no wrong for the most part.
Right. You know. I remember the Live Aid in was it '85?
Yeah,
And Freddie Mercury performing like that's the same performances you seen in Bohemian Rhapsody, the biopic. I remember watching that as a little kid, and I didn't know who the hell he was at that point, but I remember like seeing him play the piano and all that. It was a big thing.
you know what's crazy? Michael Jackson almost performed at Live Aid at one point. If I
Right,
heard
right. He should have because he was part of the whole "We Are the World" thing, campaign and all that.
shit, I mean low key man, I'm just glad Freddie had Queen had that moment because they just stole the show. Because everybody performed that live. Yeah, Teddy Pendergrass was there.
I was Mr. Crown Heights. Do y'all listen to any current hip hop? We listen to current hip hop. We just don't want to talk about current hip hop like that. Not
Yeah,
not too often. I wanted to branch away from the hip hop and discuss other things on here.
yeah,
You
I'm
know?
good with just talking about rock for right now to keep it
Yeah,
going.
you know what I'm saying? Like I listen to other things. Like we haven't even talked about reggae yet. I want to do that as well, and jazz and there's other facets to tribal than just hip hop. I'm not a hip hop kid. Okay, I'm a music lover first and foremost.
Right.
You know, I need people to understand that. Like, you're not always gonna get hip hop on here.
I agree.
You know,
Um, Ronnie said Bowie or Elton John better discography. Nigga, David Bowie all motherfucking day.
Reg was adamant when he said that shit, yo.
You said what?
And you was adamant when he said that. He was like, David Bowie, fuck.
Well, because David Bowie is like my favorite rock artist, like solo wise.
Mm-hmm.
Elton John is cool, but to me, I'm more of a 70s Elton John fan.
Right.
I'm not a big fan of his shit in the 80s. His shit in the 90s was hit or miss. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
hell, I would prefer Billy Joel over Elton John.
Billy Joel. That's a dude I definitely want to discuss some of his albums as well. The Stranger,
Bro,
great album.
52nd Street.
Yes,
In my
classic.
opinion, I kind of prefer that over The Stranger these days, 52nd.
Right, right.
More jazzier.
Oh
Ooh.
yeah, for sure. How do you feel about his stuff in the '80s, like Uptown Girl and
Oh,
Miss Up the
classics.
Volume? Yeah,
Classics. He definitely held his own in the 80s, in my opinion,
definitely.
because like he definitely experiments more with new wave
Mm-hmm.
and he had more creative control over his music and shit. And it was actually like I said, it wasn't as good as maybe like some of his 70s work, some of them albums, but I prefer, like I said, I prefer those over Elton John because Elton John was putting out some crazy shit.
Right.
And I like Elton John, man. Like Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, man. Come on.
Right. Favorite song from Billy Joel.
Just the Way You Are.
I love that. We didn't start the fire.
Oh, yeah.
Start the fire. Classic, man. Allentown.
Zanzibar.
Yes. Classic Billy Joel.
You know what?
This is what I'm talking about. Like, who talks about Billy Joel anymore? You getting it right here.
I'm gonna take it back. New York State of Mind.
I love that. And that's
Ooh.
been sampled so many times, yo.
Hold on.
Terror Squad sampled that for the second Terror Squad album. They sampled that.
Yup.
That's the joint they did with Cameron and Remy. How much they had to pay Billy Joel for that sample?
Yeah, because Billy he don't come cheap though.
Yeah, you know what I mean. They had to. Fat Joe had to pay a grip to Billy for that sample.
Yeah, I can't find that fucking album. I was gonna show you my copy of 52nd Street, but I can't find it.
Oh, true.
Ronnie said, "What do you?" Glass House was pretty cool. I gotta re-listen to that to keep it a buck with you.
Pressure was a good song too. I like Pressure.
That
Yeah, that was dope. That was dope.
You know what? I'm gonna make a bold statement. I feel like Aerosmith sold out. To be real with you,
Aerosmith. I'm not. I haven't heard a lot of, but I know the big hits from like the '80s and '90s from them. But I saw the albums. I haven't listened to any of
you got to go back to the '70s. I'm talking about
them.
fucking Toys in the Attic,
Right.
Rock. Those that's the Aerosmith I love.
Right. So you don't care for like Jenny's Got a Gun and all that.
Oh, Janie's got the Pump album. I love Pump
Okay.
2.
Right.
That's actually the last great album they've done because I didn't care for Get a Grip.
Right.
That crazy. I mean, Crazy was the okay song, but I just got tired of it because VH1 Classic kept playing that shit every fucking morning.
Mm-hmm.
But it had Living on the Edge, which was
Living on the Edge. That was a big hit.
The video was dope.
Yeah.
But then that album was weird too because it was like they were feeding into the MTV crowd. But at the end of the day, like they were trying to like still be what they did in the 70s. It was a weird album, Get a Grip. I might talk about that album one day too.
Right.
Even the album cover is weird. Like what the fucking cow's uterus or some shit.
Oh Lord. Favorite Phil Collins song. Oh man, I got a lot. In the Air Tonight. One more night. What else? Susudio. Yeah, it has so many joints, man. Like Phil Collins, yo, you know what's crazy? Remember, I was planning on doing the Phil Collins album review this year. That was like before the pandemic happened.
I remember.
Yeah, we never got a chance to do it, but I'm definitely gonna do it. I'm definitely gonna do it before the end of this year. We're gonna talk about Face Value because that's one of my favorite albums. That's one of the albums I grew up listening to from Phil Collins as well as Genesis. So we're definitely gonna talk about some Phil Collins on
Yeah, I'm glad you're talking about that album. I'm not the
here.
biggest Phil Collins fan, but I do love In the Air Tonight. So
Yeah, that was a big hit. I mean, everybody know that song because of Miami Vice. Yes. And I grew up watching Miami Vice, and when that song was on that show, that's when it really blew up. And that's a classic album, man. I love that album. So I'm like, why not discuss it? I don't see nobody else discussing Phil Collins. We're gonna discuss Phil Collins.
Yeah, fuck Needle Drop, nigga. Fuck
I
that
mean,
Needle Drop, nigga.
nah,
He ain't about that
him.
shit.
We ain't talking about Needle Drop. He ain't got no street cred over here. Fuck him.
Hey yo, you should definitely get into Frank Zappa.
Yeah, I don't have no Zappa albums. I definitely want to check out his stuff.
Oh my brother, I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
Okay, definitely.
They dropped a documentary on Frank Zappa, but I'm gonna watch it for free because that's why I had to make sure all my apps were working and shit.
Right.
Nigga, no one made a documentary of the Zappa, I don't think, and they talk about his whole career. So I definitely want to do some Zappa shit before the year's over because I have some of his album. I don't have everything, but I have Joe's Garage.
Right.
That album is tough, man.
Yeah, I gotta hear that joint.
Yeah, but I know people got mad because he had blackface. It looked like he kind of had blackface on the album. But I'm gonna look up more about that shit.
I planned it, and I didn't do it. But we definitely gonna do Phil Collins, maybe even some Genesis stuff. So, you know what I mean? So
I'm gonna have to pass on Genesis. I'm gonna have to let you.
You like Genesis? You not a fan of Genesis?
I like the Peter Gabriel Genesis.
Peter Gabriel. That's what Sam said. He liked Peter Gabriel over Phil Collins.
Because no one's touching Gabriel.
Right.
Peter
Gabriel was a good artist.
Sledgehammer. Ooh, man.
Sledgehammer. Classic.
Third Base sample that shit. Perfection.
Yes. And I love that whole video with the claymation, and that's what I remembered as a kid, watching great videos like that. They don't have videos like that anymore.
I didn't even know that song got nominated for a Soul Train Award too.
Really?
Yeah, because it had like an R&B feel to it too.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
See, Peter Gabriel, like I kind of prefer him over Phil Collins. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Like
I can't argue with that. So
his songwriting is perfect to none.
Mm-hmm.
Phil Collins, like he made that Sweeto show. I hate that fucking shit.
Right.
Because he has some shit I can even fucking stand.
Eye of the Tiger. Yeah, that was a classic. Again, another movie, song that was in the movie, the Rocky film.
I gotta show you.
Yeah, Eye of the Tiger definitely was a classic '80s film.
Because I know you like rock, so I'm trying to see if you're a fan of this specific rock band. I had to find the album first. Okay. This is why I hate about having albums in alphabetical order sometimes. Shit. Okay.
Yo, you know what I do? I put all the albums with each artist. Who's that? Address? Oh, Steely Dan. I never listened to that one.
What? Oh,
I gotta hear that one. What year that came out?
77.
77. Okay, I'm gonna check that out. Is that the one with the famous sample from Lord Tweak and Peter Guns? Okay, I'm gonna check that.
Let me tell you something. If you guys like engineering and shit, y'all will love this album, man. No matter what system you play this at, you can hear every note, everything. If you want to talk about this album, I'm down, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm gonna definitely check that out. Yeah, who's talking about Steely Dan on a podcast in 2020? We doing it.
I did a review on this album years ago and shit.
Word. That's dope, man. That's dope. I like that.
And these niggas talk about I don't know shit about rock music. Nigga, I did reviews on Pete Floyd, Beatles.
Exactly.
Fucking Led Zeppelin. I talk about every Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
What other rock motherfucker talks about Led Zeppelin?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's not happening no more. It's like why not talk about these artists? I can't talk about rap all the time, people.
For real, right?
You know?
And besides, y'all do these fucking 5-minute reviews. Y'all not reviewing. Y'all
exactly. We ain't doing. Since I started this channel, I've never done a 5-minute review. I will never do a 5-minute review on nothing, whether it's music or movies, whatever the hell it is, games. Oh, you got Minor Mystical?
Yeah, I'm gonna record this tonight probably. Because
niggas we gotta make it an actual show. It ain't gonna be a 5-minute review. Ain't no discussion.
For real.
You know.
Y'all don't even know shit about the art. Y'all just Wikipedia reviewers and shit. Like,
I ain't doing all that, man. We niggas is in the building for these albums. I ain't looking on Wikipedia for all that shit. You know?
you gotta hear what the streets gotta say and shit like that.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, you can't just always base your reviews on Wikipedia. You gotta go by
I
reviews.
mean, I got one Genesis album, Invisible Touch. How you feel about that one, Sam? Cause I like that album, Invisible
Oh,
Touch album.
you listen to tell me you listen to Bad Brains though.
I've heard of Bad Brains. I haven't.
Um,
But hey, you put me on this shit, so I'm definitely gonna listen to them, man.
yeah, because me and Sam were talking about Bad Brains the other day and shit
Oh,
like that. Cause I was listening to his shit though.
man. You said anybody like Cream with Eric Clapton?
I love Cream.
Man, I
They're
heard
actually my favorite rock band of all time.
they overrated.
What? What? Okay, if you're talking about Eric Clapton, I can understand Clapton, but Cream, nah, nigga,
Overrated.
nah. Sunshine of Your Love,
I don't
fucking
think
Wheels of Fire,
you might be talking
Politician.
about the Invisible Touch album.
Oh man, hell, even the fucking Blind Faith when Eric Clapton and Steve Winwood had that super. Come, oh Sam, you're disappointing me, Sam.
I don't think he talking about that though. You might be talking about the album I asked him about from Genesis.
Oh
But he
shit.
didn't say. He just says overrated, so I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, okay. Because I saw overrated under Cream, so I was just like, okay, hold up now.
Yo, Reggie was about to come through the screen, yo. Yo,
Trust me, we've had some weird shit, but I'm
yo.
gonna say I never heard anybody say Cream was overrated. I've never heard, but I don't know if he's really talking about it. So I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Sam left the room.
Yeah, I'm not mad at you, Sam. I was just surprised.
Black Flag and yeah, I'm gonna check what Black Flag is another group or that's like an album.
Yeah, that's Henry Rollins' group.
Oh, Henry. Okay.
Well, one of his group because he
One of
had
his-
Black Flag and the Rolling Bands and shit.
Right. Yeah, the Rollins band. I remember them. Yeah.
Oh, I said Rollins. Oops.
Bad Brains. Yeah.
Yo, Vlad. Tell me why Vlad's interviewing Tiny on his show right now and shit. And
Tiny.
yeah, from Escape.
Oh God. For what?
Yo, well, he know he's gonna bring up the Escape drama.
Of course he is. And he gonna bring up the Ti shit too.
Oh my!
You know, how come Ti kept getting arrested with every album releasing in 2000?
How come T.I. trying to be the Huey Newton of his generation?
Right. Why you trying to talk all proper?
No, but I don't want to talk about hip hop. But what he said about King Von or what he allegedly said, he was talking about King Von and shit.
Right. I didn't even see it.
I'm sick and tired of these rappers always saying shit out the side of the neck.
You see Invisible Touch is overrated? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
He said it's overrated. Anybody like the Animals, the one who sings House of the Rising Sun?
I love that song. I love Eric Burden though.
That sounds familiar. Do I know that song?
It is the house.
I probably know that song.
That shit right there.
He said I love Cream and Blind Faith.
Okay. I'm sorry, Sam. I didn't mean to snap that shit. It's like this. But what y'all think about the Doors? I'm curious.
Well, I like the album review we did on the Door. I like that album, and that was like my first Doors album listening to it. I don't like that.
Well, Jim Morrison was the poet of his generation.
Right.
Nobody was touching. Not even the Beatles touched the Doors. I'm sorry.
And I saw the biopic with Val Kilmer. He played Jim Morrison.
Let me tell you something. Check out the People Are Strange documentary. That biopic is cool, but they talk about everything because they kind of sugarcoated some shit in the biopic as usual.
Right, of course.
And the way Oliver Stone directed Jim Morrison, they made Jim Morrison crazy as hell. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the movie, but Morrison was a prophet. He was a philosopher.
Right.
Like, he wasn't just the crazy lunatic Val and Stone made him out. Even though Val Kilmer did his thing, it's like he was more subtle with this shit.
Right.
Shit. Hell, Loki, I want to see them make a fucking Neil. If there was an art, I want to see a biopic. I want to see you do a Neil Young biopic. That would be
okay.
Oh, y'all love the Doors. Okay.
Yeah, the album it sound like real psychedelica, type of album, like for that time period.
Real.
You know, I mean, I thought it was a good album.
For real. And then that nigga Ray be on the organ like ding 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 ding
Right.
ding.
Yeah. And if the crazy thing is like a lot of those songs they're used in like commercials and movies. Like that song you was just playing, that song was in Freddy's Revenge, the Nightmare on Elm Street 6.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When Breckin Meyer's character like he takes like a trip through like a video game and then Freddy kills him in the video game and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
And one more thing about the fucking Doors and shit too. Not a lot of people give them credit for this, but they really were the first cast that really not utilize bass in rock music and shit. Because even though in the last album they did, but the last album with Morrison, excuse me, the organ playing with Ray was so influential for 66, 67 and stuff.
Right. Dude said Cat Stevens. Wow.
Cat, he had some okay songs, but he has a very weird. He's weird. Then he tried to go Muslim, and then he got that weird controversy and shit.
Wow. Isn't he like from the 50s and shit, the 60s?
70s.
70s, okay.
Yeah. Ronnie said, "Light My Fire" or "Hey Jude." Oh, "Light My Fire." "Hey Jude" is too fucking sanctimonious.
Hey Jude.
Fucking long. Nah, 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 nah. But I like when Karis want to use that for Criminal Minding.
Yo. And you notice like Paul would perform that song on every award show.
Oh my god.
What the hell is that? Like their biggest hit?
No, it can't be. And like I said, like I prefer the Beatles later stuff, but even that song I cannot fucking stand.
Right.
If that song's supposed to be talking about a divorce, I'm glad my parents separated. Shit.
You like Tracy Chapman?
Hell,
I never listened to that Tracy Chapman album. I gotta hear that.
I actually have that album. My dad has it.
Is it good?
It's actually pretty good, but I'm not the biggest Tracy fan.
Right.
But I might re-listen to that because I would not consider her like R&B, but she's more like rock.
Right. Y'all like the Pretenders.
Yeah,
Y'all hitting me with some shit tonight, man.
For real, I might have to. Oh, let me tell you a story about how I was bugging out to some Doors one day.
Right.
So I was listening to the fucking I think it was the fucking South Parade album and shit. And he had this one shit. He had this fucking one song where the organ was really like dark and spooky. And I was just sitting like this, look. Just in my bathroom. And this is when I was living back in Durham in Campus Crossing. I had the fucking red light. And it was like when I was bugging out off that shit, like off that weed and stuff like that. All these cartoon characters started flashing my fucking head when I was listening to this bullshit. And all of a sudden, the melody shit like that, dun, 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 dun. I had to snap back into reality. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
It's crazy.
Oh. Are you a Rolling Stones fan, by the way?
Yeah, like again, like I know the big hits. The only Rolling Stones album I listened to was the Tattoo Tears.
Tattoo You, yeah.
Tattoo You with Start Me Up and I haven't listened to all of their other stuff, but I know like a lot of their big hits.
I love Tattoo You.
Yeah, that was good.
That's a classic, man. That's like the last great Rolling Stones album for a while and shit.
Right.
My favorite joint is Tops.
Okay.
I'll take you to the top. I'm like, Mick Jagger over here have some swagger and shit. Like for a white guy, he has some fucking swagger.
Now I saw that they have like a Netflix documentary where they went over to like Cuba to perform the first time. That was a good documentary.
Did you ever see Shine a Light?
No, I never saw that one.
Oh man. And this is why I be missing VH1 Classic, man, because they be putting me on to hella rock shit.
Yeah, they used to have a lot of stuff.
I like MTV Classic, but come on, I need my rock documentaries. Give me my behind the music, shit, like
the rock docs and all that.
Yeah, man. Like back when they used that metal show. Y'all remember that metal show?
Metal show, yeah, the 120 minutes.
Yeah,
Ricky Rockman.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that shit. I watched all that. Being an MTV head, I watched all of those shows, yo.
For real.
You know.
To this day, I'm still looking for some Yo MTV Raps episodes to this day.
Yeah, they ain't gonna show that. They used to they when they showed they would show the videos on MTV Classic, but they like actual episodes they didn't show it.
And I hate when they do, and they show the same. They show
The same videos,
videos that's not even from the Yo MTV Raps era. That's what fucking pissed me off.
Yep, it's like they have like a '90s block, and they just show like R&B from '90s and hip hop from the '90s. So
it's like the only LL video they play is Big O, but I hate that fucking song.
oh man.
Play fucking Around the Way Girl, because they don't even have that on fucking YouTube.
They don't got it.
But you have fucking Headsprung and shit like that.
Oh Lord, it's not like that, man.
Oh my fucking
favorite God. Rolling Stones member? Of course, I like Mick, because Mick was the leader.
My favorite was Mick Taylor.
Taylor, okay.
Because when he was there, he bought some Rolling Stones, some of the best shit.
Right. Sam said I prefer Rolling Stones over the Beatles.
I can't get mad about that.
Okay. Ronnie said I prefer the Beatles over the Stones.
I can't get mad about that either.
Check out the Pretenders, Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Okay, the Persuaders cover. Okay. Yeah, I want to definitely talk about some Beatles shit on here.
Wait, the Pretenders made a cover of Thin Line Between Love and Hate?
That's what
I gotta hear that shit. Hold up.
Yeah, I don't know that version.
I know the H-Town version though, but
yeah, I know the H-Town one.
Wow.
Yeah.
They better not fuck it up, man. Cause even what's her boy's name? Dino, I was worried about him and shit, but he I actually like that version more than the OG, to keep it a buck.
Yeah, they H-Town did their thing on that. That was a big hit for them.
Then y'all had Shirley and Roger. Oh, come on.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk about some Zapp and Roger.
Yeah.
One day.
Definitely.
The first album.
Definitely. You like Blondie?
Oh fucking yeah, like motherfucking Blondie. Yeah.
I was planning on doing for the album what is it Auto American with Rapture. I remember I was planning that and Phil Collins before the pandemic, and we never got a chance to do it. So we definitely should do that.
I'm down.
You know what I'm saying? Because I got some my thoughts on that Blondie album, because some of the stuff I was saying, I'm like, I don't know if this was. I think people gravitated to that album because of the Rapture song, but the other shit I was saying, I was like, yo, this is not too good.
That's why I'm more of a parallel lines fan,
right?
And even like the earlier shit, but I have to get that album out too, because I love Rapture too.
Yeah, that was a great song.
Let me check this song out, cause
John Coltrane. Do you like John Coltrane?
Boy, y'all, Sam, do you know who I am? Boy, yeah. Okay.
Fleetwood Mac. I'm not familiar with Fleetwood Mac. I remember the group, but I don't. I mean, I probably remember these songs if I heard it, like their biggest hit or whatever.
Okay.
I prefer. My favorite member of the Rolling Stones is Mick. Yeah. Mick should have had a great solo album. That he dropped the ball with that.
I only liked his 1993 solo album.
Right.
But anyway,
he should have had a solo classic, man.
But Ronnie, Fleetwood Mac, I like the Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham era. Right. But I don't know, they need to get their shit together. I'm sick and tired of hearing they're always arguing. Y'all old at 60, 70 years old. Y'all should not be fucking arguing and shit.
That's how I feel about New Edition. They still beefing and I'm like, come on, man. Y'all niggas ain't never gonna be a group again.
Okay, she killing it. She killing it though. It's not the best version, but she doing her thing. I'm waiting for that chorus.
He said Tusk is way better than Room is.
Ooh! Who said that? Sam? I can't get mad at you. But Mirage is their underrated album. You can't. This shit from 77 to 87, man. Come on.
60s Rolling Stones or 70s Rolling Stones?
Man, Ronnie, why you gotta ask me that shit, man? But just to let y'all know, I'm high as fuck right now. So if I feel a little hype, if I feel a little hype and a little energetic, just bear with me. Because every time I'm high and I talk about good music and shit,
And
it always
that's what they do.
for real. Because this day has been some shit though.
Yeah, for real.
That I really, really hurt you one day. But that song is the fucking truth. Because you gotta be
Lindsey,
careful.
Lindsey Buckingham got kicked out of Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
They did it in the pussy way and shit.
crazy.
Oh, okay. This version is hot. This version is hot. Hey yo, tell me, are y'all fans of Miles Davis?
Yes,
Okay.
I know Miles Davis stuff.
Yo, one of my all-time favorite quotes.
Mm.
He went to go visit one of the first ladies one time, and one of the first ladies said, "What have you done besides music?" This nigga said, "I changed music 3 or 4 times. What have you done besides suck the president's dick?"
Well, you said that too. What president was in office then?
I never found out. I've been trying to find that out for years and shit.
Okay, well,
Miles was the
wow.
Miles was the pimp, man. Shit.
That's some shit you say to Monica Lewinsky. I'm saying,
That's
like,
what you said of Melania Trump.
right. That's crazy.
Miles is like my favorite jazz artist of all time, man. Shit.
Wasn't they doing a biopic with Don Cheadle as Miles?
Yeah, they did it.
Oh, they
I
did
never
it.
I never saw that shit though.
I never saw it.
But I heard they didn't have his original all his music though. I heard it was
Mhm.
mixed feelings though.
That's like the Jimi Hendrix film with Andre. They didn't
But
have.
don't even mention that shit. That shit was trash.
Yeah,
That was a disrespect to Hendrix's legacy. I don't care what
yeah.
no one says.
That's why they put it straight to Netflix. They're like, this ain't shit ain't coming here.
Like no shade to 3000 though. You don't want you don't want to do no fucking music. But you want to do this shit.
Right. I mean, he was a good actor. I felt like he had the look of Jimmy, but that you can't even use his real music.
Yeah, Cheeto had a look to Miles too.
Right. That's crazy. And then like the white chick he was messing with,
Who Miles?
Jimmy. What was that about?
See, I never seen all the movies.
Oh yeah. He was messing with some white chick. Like I don't know if that was his assistant or what.
Hold on, I gotta fix my brightness because I want to show you a picture of Miles and shit.
Mhm.
Damn it! Look at this nigga
Oh,
right here.
yep. That's the man.
See, just don't even give no fucks.
Ronnie said, "Do you all know that Freddie Mercury of Queen was supposed to be in the Jackson State?" Yeah, but, we talked about that when we did the Jackson 5. Ronnie, you wasn't on that episode when we talked about that?
Yeah, Ronnie was on that
He
episode.
was there. Yeah, I didn't know about that.
Sam said, "Bitches Brews a fucking masterpiece." Yo, Sam, low key, I love that album, but I prefer In a Silent Way over that one.
Mm,
Because he was really getting into this whole fusion dark shit with that one.
right.
But Bitches Brew, hell yeah, like before any rapper used bitch in a song, Miles used it on the album. That's facts. Right.
Sam said, "I love Sun Ra and Albert Ayla and Arante Coleman."
Definitely, I got to check into Sun Ra too.
I heard of Sun Ra before.
Yo, I might roll another blunt, yo. Yo, I'm trying to stay up too. So this is actually this is actually helping me.
Right.
Ronnie
Sam, I like avant-garde jazz. That's good, yo. That's good.
Avant Garde, that's my shit too. Yo, Ronnie, that version was pretty dope though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I kind of feel like Snoop Dogg right now, just listening to good music while smoking this shit.
Right. Right.
Yo, Ronnie, you gotta be a jazz head. You gotta know Kind of Blue. I respect that. Let me. I gotta show y'all something actually. If y'all like some jazz music, check this shit out.
Oh yeah, Mo Better Blues. That was a good soundtrack.
Yes.
That was definitely dope.
I love Spike Lee's earlier film scores. That jazzy,
Mm-hmm.
jazziness of it all. Like Do the Right Thing.
Yeah, Do the Right Thing.
Malcolm X.
Yep.
Oh my god, man! Like,
oh yeah.
see, I miss when movies had good scores.
They don't do that no more.
No.
You know, you watch the trailer and they put some poppy shit in the trailer.
Right. Like, I don't want to hear no fucking trailer with Chameleonaires riding anymore and shit.
Oh God, Chameleon.
And I like Chameleonaire. God, don't the police ever stop and go home? God.
Are you playing it now?
No, I'm playing it. I'm playing it again.
Oh, you're playing it again. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Spike Lee definitely was great. Still a great director. He said, "Did you?" Sam said, "Did you know that Charlie Parker was on heroin?"
Man, they all were heroin. All them jazz artists were heroin addicts, man. Coltrane, Davis.
Mm.
It's like with soul music, they had cocaine. With jazz, they had heroin.
Right.
Ray Charles, he just did everything.
And you blind and you doing that?
How you blind and you do drugs? Nigga be like this. Look.
How does that happen? Like, you already blind. You can afford to be on drugs too. You blind and you coked up.
Yo, then he fell all over the fucking female's arms and shit.
Bro, that's so dangerous, especially if he by himself and he coking up. Man. That's wild, yo.
Yo, you saw that movie? They I love Ray Charles, but they made him into a fucking superhero.
Yeah.
Especially when he was with Regina King,
right?
And he was trying to beat her. He was like,
right. I'm like,
how you blind? You trying to beat on a woman and shit like.
Blind as a bat. You trying to fight? Who you fighting? You blind as hell. I don't get that.
Yo, and my favorite scene in the whole fucking movie was when they were doing the hit the road jack, and he was like, from now on it's gonna be strictly business. Yeah, that same energy. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more.
That's Jamie Foxx's best movie to me.
Bah. And it's that movie that he stopped doing comedy and shit. That's crazy.
Right. Yep.
Bah. You know, a biopic would always be iconic. The motherfucking Temptations.
Oh yes, definitely.
I was watching the fucking Leon. That's another Vlad interview I gotta finish watching. The Leon. And not a lot of people know that ain't nobody come to see you. Oh, this was fucking improvised and shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Nigga showed his whole fucking gums when he said that fucking like ain't nobody coming to see you. Oh.
Boy. He was happy he got that role.
But you played David Ruffin and Little Richard and nailed both of that shit. Ronnie, that's a crazy question.
Tyler Perry. What the hell? I seen like, well, I seen Why Did I Get Married one. I seen, Daddy's Girls.
Daddy's Little Girls. Yeah.
Right, Daddy's Little Girls, and I seen the Medea with Keke Palmer when she was younger. So that's it. I only seen 3 Tyler Perry films.
You know. Now I understand why they call it Daddy's Little Girls. It wasn't about fucking Idris Elba. It was about how that motherfucker was trying to have them girls selling their asses in the street.
Oh Lord. That's not what the film was about.
No, think about that. Think about that shit. See, this is how Tyler Perry is slick with it. He tries to have a romantic movie, but there's an overcurrent on the streets. We see that.
I thought the mother was doing that shit though.
Oh yeah, the mother was. The daddy wasn't. But that movie was about the mother. Because fucking Tasha Smith, she had me rolling. Where she was like, you get on my fucking nerves. She when you do all that. Then they had that little Tyler. I don't know where Tyler Perry be finding these hood rat niggas. These rolling shit.
Yeah.
These hood rat niggas be all like, I'ma love taking them to the street.
Yeah, man. He always at the Knicks games. He's been there for like 20 years. That's not I've gone to Knicks games and seen him there. That's nothing new.
For real.
He's a Brooklyn Nets fan too. He's at the Brooklyn games also.
Hey yo, Sam, I know you've seen Lady Sings the Blues and shit. Yeah, because Billie Holiday, man.
Right.
Oh my God, it's just sad. That story's just sad, man.
Yeah.
I don't care what no one said. The government killed Billie Holiday. I don't care what no
Of
one
course.
said.
You know, they behind some of
I
these.
don't. I don't care what no one. The government killed them. I don't care. I don't think she died from heroin. I don't think. No. Watch you two try to take this video.
Oh boy.
Because certain celebrities, I just feel like their death is not as what you believe.
Right. Oh yeah, I believe that with Pac. You know, that whole mystery with him and I believe that shit. I think they had something to do with that.
Oh, how everybody in Pac's circle dies. How
Exactly.
Johnny
After
they
he
killed
died, like it's just weird.
Frank Alexander, Big
hmm
Psych. No,
Yeah.
not Big Psych. I'm Stretch.
Right. And then the Outlaws, like half of them were gone. You know,
Oh,
I'm like what the hell? It was like seven members. It's down to like what, like two now?
yeah.
That's retarded.
They didn't even release his fucking stepfather.
Crazy.
But y'all want to put fucking Aunt Becky 2 months
hmm
in jail, in prison
Exactly.
and shit like that? Get the fuck no. Scratch that. 2 weeks. Excuse
Right.
me.
hmm Yeah. I never cared for She's Gotta Have It. That movie, I like the show more than the movie.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I know it was black and white. I didn't really get the hype about it. Like School Days to me was better. I love School Days.
That rape scene kind of made me uncomfortable to be real with you.
In School Days,
Nah, no, she's got to have it.
oh, She Gotta Have It, yeah,
It kind of made me feel a little uncomfortable. That's kind of what that made me not want to watch the movie.
right. I just didn't think it was like the acting was good. I'm like, it was his first film. I'm like, this is great.
Yeah, please, baby, please.
You know what I'm saying? The dude begging for ass. I'm like, and the chick that played Nola, like that's the chick that was in New Jack City that
Yeah.
played the chick at the bar that G Money brought home. And Wesley
New
he
Jack.
was fucking yeah. She looked way better in New Jack City than in She's Gotta Have It.
Boy, hell no. She had on
Did
that
you?
fucking wig and hell no, she didn't look good. Nah.
I thought she looked good in New Jack City.
I mean, she looked good, but she wasn't no fucking dime. Which Nino Brown's character kind of pissed me off because he had a good ass, light skinned ass woman and shit.
Right. He
That was
fucked
trying to
her
make
up,
a
right.
fucking kill. She like,
That
you
I
can't
agree
fuck
with you.
either.
Yes, and then he like he pours like champagne on her. I'm like, bro, what's that?
You're a murderer, Nino.
Yeah.
I kill you, man.
What the old dude called him?
Boy, he gonna hold her head like this. Look.
What the old dude called him?
Adelaida!
Yeah. What the
Your
fuck
soul
does that
is
mean?
crying hell.
I'm still trying to find out the meaning of that word. What does that mean?
It's a Bible term because
Oh,
people worship him and you're not supposed to worship like no false gods and shit. That's why he
right,
called him the idolater.
right. That's how the kids looked up to Nino.
They look at you like you God Almighty.
Lord.
He's like, you better check yourself because you a damn devil worshiper. Yo, that nigga was talking shit the whole movie.
He did not care, man. That old dude said, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. If you ain't gonna kill him, Sonny, I'm gonna kill him.
He was like, you reap what you sow.
Yep. For real. I wish they did a part two. I so wish they did a sequel for that, man.
Why? Everybody did.
They didn't have to kill him though. They could have just shot him and then come back for part two.
Speaking of his death scene was the most gangster death scene in every gangster movie. He was like,
yep. Then he falls over.
Later, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Then he falls over. I'm like, that's how they kill him?
Hell, even Scarface was more dramatic than that.
For real, right?
Come on, who wants up? Nigga had 8 shots.
Tony went out like a G. Nino Brown didn't go out like no G.
This nigga Nino snitched. Let's be real. Yeah. He put the crime on.
It was Kareem, the light skinned nigga, and it was the Drake of the crew.
Kareem Akbar.
Yes.
Educated nigga from the bank.
Yes.
You know, I'm taking all y'all down.
What is he talking about?
It's like, nigga, fuck you mean Kareem Akbar? He was barely in the fucking movie.
Pretty motherfucker, I never liked you anyway.
$1 million a week business.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get your $5 ass down before I make change. Classic line. Oh my God. I love that film.
Boy, Martin did that scene justice in that.
I remember, yeah.
Go sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Martin had the big dog with
fucking Tommy was laughing.
Martin was so dumb, yo.
And nobody's gonna say nothing. No,
Yeah.
when Wesley Snipes did that fucking jump rope,
The jump rope with the chain. I'm like, yo.
he's like,
I know somebody. I thought somebody would get killed. I'm like, somebody about to get killed.
how is that? This
Somebody
nigga
about
was
to get
walking in sync, doing the fucking jump.
killed. Somebody about to die.
You're incapable of running this show.
Yo,
Yo,
yo. He was pissed. You lost the Carter buildings. Somebody had to die for that, man.
Dog, my favorite scene in the whole fucking movie, no lie,
Mm,
was after the whole shootout in the wedding. How they
right.
got back at them niggas and
Yeah,
fucking Nino was
that was
high and
crazy.
sweating and shit.
Yeah.
But
Yo, and Nino at the wedding, he hold up the little girl for protection. I'm like, bro, really? You really gonna use a little
well,
girl
he
for
was
protection? That shit was so bitch of him. I'm like,
like,
I think gonna fuck him up, man. I already
oh
know.
shit, this
You
ain't
know.
business, bitch. This is personal.
Yeah. That nigga
No,
was ready to kill. That's how he should have went out. Like have that one-on-one showdown with Ice-T character.
nah, because if they made Ice T kill him, it will kind of ruin his character and shit like that.
I mean, what shit he was come on. He looked like a gangster playing a undercover cop. I'm like, Ice-T's a cop, really? This is
This
before Law
whole
and Order.
this
This is before Law and Order. I'm like, really? That's a stretch for him. And this is
shit.
before Cop Killer. So I'm like, really? You playing a cop?
But low key though, when Ice T played Danny Up in New York Undercover, his best
Yes.
role. That
Yes.
nigga was
I agree.
fucking crazy.
I wanted JC to kill him, yo. After he killed his fiance in the bed, you know what I'm saying? Which
Yeah,
was
crazy.
the same chick from New Jack City.
Yo, Danny Up was that
The,
nigga.
the same chick. How ironic is that? The same chick that was in New Jack City that played Nino Brown's woman, played
Right.
JC's woman, and gets killed by Ice-T on New York Undercover. That's crazy, yo.
That's crazy.
That's some good casting.
Bro, to this day, I'm gonna get the whole series of that show. I don't
They
care
don't
what
have
you.
it on DVD. It's on. I believe it's on streaming, but it's never been released on DVD because Dick Wolf don't want to pay the music rights
Man, fuck Dick Wolf.
because of Craig Mack. He's dead. He got to get paid.
Oh,
He
but he was
never, and that's why they
oh,
never put it on Blu-ray or DVD because he don't want to pay the music rights to the artist.
man, fuck Dick Wolf.
You know what I mean?
I never liked that cracker,
And
man.
the thing is, they have a reboot already filmed. Like they filmed it and they were shopping it to streaming because it was supposed to come back on to ABC, and for whatever reason, ABC did never air the pilot.
You
So
know what
the
the reason is?
reboot is already done. It's already been filmed.
You know what the reason is though?
What?
Because Malik Yoba said all that shit about how he loves transgender females and
Oh
shit.
yeah, that's right. That's when it happened. Right.
Yeah, they said nope.
Yep. But Dick Wolf got all the power. He basically run NBC on Wednesday nights with all his shows. It's not like he can't bring it to NBC.
You know, and you know what I think? It's the whole reconstruction and shit. This is
Right.
where reconstruction comes in.
Right. They
The
don't
white
they
people
don't
use
they don't want to see they don't want to see a cop show with undercover cops again rocking Timbs and fucking fitted cats and shit. They don't want to see that.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
That's why they got put it to streaming. That shit would be better. Like put it to Hulu or Netflix or something.
Right. And you know the controversy when they all try to fight for money and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Favorite movie from Ice-T, Ronnie said. Favorite movie? Shit, New Jack City. I didn't like a lot of his movies, like Trespass and what's that
Ricochet.
one we played this? You have to play. He was playing like the survival in the woods.
What's that? Ricochet?
Not Ricochet. It was a movie where he had like dreadlocks and he was playing like he was like like they were hunting him in the woods or some shit.
Oh no, I don't know that movie.
I forgot the name of that joint, but Ricochet was good though. I like Ricochet. That's underrated.
Yeah, I actually have his unsung
Mm,
Hollywood episode. If I'm not mistaken, I should have that.
I gotta see that. Um, yeah, I didn't like Leprechaun in the Hood. I didn't like none of that shit.
Yeah, I didn't care for Leprechaun. I thought that was kind of
That was
corny.
horrible for a horror film.
Shit. Tyrese appeared on an SWV Rain. Tyrese appeared on every music video, man. Let's be real.
Oh Lord.
That fucking Alter Ego album was so awkward.
Oh God. I like the first half. The second half was no good. Second half was him rapping. He should never do that again.
Black Tie.
Oh Lord. Who told him he could rap? Who told him he could play Green Lantern? He been bothering Warner Brothers for years about a Green Lantern film. He can't play Green Lantern. He don't got the acting chops to play Green Lantern.
Oh shit.
You know, I'm like, can you see Tyrese on the screen with Jason Momoa and Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot? I can't. I'm like, nah, you ain't that good, bro. You're Fast and Furious. You're not even the star in that film. You know what I'm saying? Like, Paul Walker's the star and he's dead. And you got Vin Diesel back. So it's like, they're not making, that's why he got mad, because they didn't make a spinoff for his character. Why would they make a spinoff for your character in that franchise anyway?
Hell, niggas only know him for fucking playing Jody and shit.
I didn't feel like his character was interesting enough for his own spinoff in Fast and Furious. For what, compared to The Rock? The Rock, Hobbs and Shaw was way better. You know what I'm saying? They have more to work with compared. I'm like, Tyrese, man, you bugging.
Niggas are just hilarious, man.
Keith Sweat was in the wedding scene and shit. Why he didn't get gunned down when they were shooting up the
Nah, don't shoot Keith.
Did he run? He probably was running like a motherfucker, yo.
I didn't see Keith. Keith dipped after he sung his song.
Yeah, he dipped out. He's like, I'm going. Something about to go down. I can feel it. You know what I mean?
There you go, telling me no. That nigga was getting down in that fucking movie.
Word, right?
He's like, I need you.
Oh shit, the bullet's coming. Peace, y'all. He's like, I'm going.
Keith didn't want to get it twisted and shit.
Hell no. Cause I always wondered, I'm like, yo, they shot up the whole wedding. How come Keith didn't get shot? I ain't seen him get hit. That nigga jetted out of there. Best top 5 Al Pacino films. Scarface for sure. Dog Day Afternoon, classic song.
I love that shit.
I love that film. Heat. You know, The Godfather, of course. I'm forgetting The Godfather. Godfather. Well, Godfather 2, because that's when he took over the family, not part 1. Part 1, he was like still in college and shit. But part 1 is classic, but I like part 2 when he actually took over.
You think it's better than 3?
Yeah, better than 3. I didn't like it. It's always the third films and trilogies that be fucked up. Like,
so you didn't like Toy Story 3?
I never seen any Toy Story.
Oh wow.
I never seen no Toy Story, never Shrek, none of the Shrek films.
Yeah, the third Shrek sucked. They should just stop at 2.
I never seen those films. So. It'd be like the third one, like even with Back to the Future, like the third one was cool, but the whole Western. I wasn't big on Western, so it was like I prefer the first and second ones, but the third one is like considered the weakest. You know, the Star Wars prequels, Return of the Sith, that was like the actual when you get to see Anakin turn into Darth Vader. That one I actually like, but I know a lot of people don't like those prequels. But yeah, the third Godfather I ain't care for. What's another one? I know I'm forgetting some Al Pacino films.
What was the name of that one he played with Robin Williams?
I was just Insomnia.
Yeah.
Yes, that was a good film.
Robin, I love when Robin plays those dark, crazy roles.
Yeah. And he did 1 Hour Photo. That was another one.
All I did was take pictures.
Bro, that shit was hilarious.
Yo, Rob, I miss Robin Williams to this fucking.
Yeah.
He was like after Al Pacino. He's like, you're tainted.
Yeah.
He's like, you watch.
What's your favorite scene from Menace?
Oh my god, nigga. Bro, my favorite scene was, man, when they went to go shoot Harold, and fucking MC8's character was like, Hey, homie, you need some help?
Right.
Caught y'all nigga.
I,
Come
I
on,
think
nigga.
I think he overacted in that scene, yo.
Bro, that
He
nigga played
overacted.
himself.
Yeah, basically, he was like, just be yourself, eh? You know.
Bro, they had all them. They had Too Short. They had Pooh Man. They
Mm-hmm.
had Yo Yo. All
Yo
them
yo.
niggas played themselves. Like
Mm-hmm.
Too Short came in like for 2 seconds.
Yep.
Man, to introduce some real niggas. gave fucking old dog the gun.
Right.
Old dog looking at the gun like he just had a miracle in a Disney movie or some shit. Like then he pointed the gun. All the niggas backed away. All like I thought y'all was some gangsters or some shit.
Right. Favorite scene from Belly?
Oh, when DMX was like strip nigga. Like the strip nigga.
Favorite scene from Belly? I don't know if I got probably the club scene and shit. And like in the beginning when they like all walking through the club and they playing Soul to Soul song, and you see like Nas and his homeboys like they got like the contact lenses and shit. I like that scene and shit.
Hey, I got a question.
Yeah.
Would you consider state property the Rockefeller version of Belly?
The first one or the second one?
The first one. The second one was trash.
Yeah, I didn't like the second. Second one, first one was real violent. I remember I actually went to see that shit, and I'm like, yo, like it looks so bootleg in the theater screen. Like I'm like, I know Dame Dash and Jay Z got money. How the fuck y'all got some bootleg straight to DVD movie opening up in theaters?
Hey,
And
yo,
the acting was bad. Like Memphis Bleak in that was terrible. You know what I'm
yo,
saying? And
yo,
I'm like, these dudes really was showing off for the camera.
yo,
Beans and Eskino and Sparks. I'm like, these dudes is really showing off for the camera.
it's crazy because there's two things that always bug me about the movie.
Mm,
How Beat Siegel had that daydream, like he was shot and he was like, I
mm.
went out like a soldier. And he had that weird face like, yeah, I can't
Yeah,
believe I got shot like in front of my daughter, but I went out like a soldier. Then Jay-Z over here,
yeah. He
Jay-Z in the
chilling.
movie, man. Come
He just like rolling up in the car. I'm like, what?
talk about, oh, you gonna take care of that girlfriend. Like it seems
Bro,
like he just want to film his scenes and
the
just go.
whole time, yo, and I'm like, yo, all this promotion they got for this movie, and they were on a major movie still. That was what the Dimension films or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the film like this bootleg shit. Y'all couldn't get like a real professional director to do this film.
Paid It in Full was much more better.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Paid in Full was a real film. You know what I'm saying? That was a real film.
But
And
this
I'm
thing,
like, yo, the soundtrack was way better than the movie. I never cared for state property like that. I'm like, yo, this shit look bootleg as fuck. It looked like I'm watching like a bootleg DVD or something.
but you know how the hood movies back in the day, they had that cult following, then they ruined it
Right.
with some whack ass sequel.
Yeah.
And
They didn't need no
always the
sequel.
whack ass sequel, they always had to be some fucking
They,
kid.
they only made the sequel because they put Dipset got signed to the label and they put Dipset and Nori in this film. And I'm like, for what? They didn't need no sequel.
Oh
No, no.
no.
I love the soundtrack, but that movie, the cinematography was shit. They should have gotten a real director for that film.
But they went out like a soldier.
Yeah. It was just about basically niggas getting shot up. Everybody got shot up in that film.
For real, like niggas would shoot each other in broad daylight.
Yeah. I'm like, bro, like, what am I watching? This
hell,
supposed to be some major blockbuster film?
hell, even BD
That's probably
Siegel,
the worst movie I ever went to go see. One of
even
the worst
BD
films I
Siegel
went to go see.
snitched on Memphis Bleak and shit. It's like how you a gangster but you snitch?
Right. And
Hell,
he got done in by some chick he was messing with. The chick set him up.
mm.
That big booty chick he was riding around with, the chick set him up. That's how Bleak died in the film. I'm like, bro, this is hurt as shit.
Yeah,
And back then that shit was the shit to go to watch. I'm like, this shit? I would never watch that again.
I might actually watch that tonight. Just for fuck's
But
sake.
it has no replay value for me. I'm sorry. Most of those films like Paper Soldiers and shit, I didn't like none of them Rockefeller films like that.
Yeah, I didn't care for Paper Soldiers
With
like
Kevin
that.
Hart, and that's the first time I really knew who Kevin Hart was. I'm like, this shit? Paper Soldiers?
But Kevin Hart, man, he was on Paper Soldier and Soul Plane.
Yeah. Oh Lord. He had some bad movies, boy. That's probably what made him do stand up. He had to get away from the movies.
For real.
Favorite
Now,
scene,
now he's a house nigga cheating on his pregnant wife.
boy. I was like, yo, I don't like none of these Rockefeller films. Dame Dash got money and he's doing this shit. Did not understand that. Prison Song, yeah, Prison Song was good, but a lot better than State Property, the way that shit was from.
Shit. I only care for Q-Tip as an actor to keep it a buck.
Huh?
I only care for Q-Tip as an actor to keep it a buck.
Favorite scene from Scarface? I love that scene where him and Manolo and his what I forgot Michelle Pfeiffer's fucking name.
Man, I forgot her name too.
When they
Sophia.
were all in the restaurant and he's like coked out his mind and shit and he's like, y'all a bunch of fucking idiots.
That scene and the bathtub scene.
Yeah, the bathtub scene was crazy.
Why I got to know something.
Crazy. Crazy, man. You know what I mean? That's a class. That's another film I wish they had a sequel for. Like, how you can't kill Tony? You can't kill him. Now you kill Manolo, I can understand that. But you can't kill Tony off and then we don't get a sequel.
Nah, I'm good on the sequel. I think the video game was enough.
Yeah, I said I never played the video game. People told me they played it and it was good. Then that's how the sequel should have started off with him not getting killed in the mansion and going after Sosa's crew.
All because he didn't want to kill no fucking kids.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Tony was ruthless, but he still was like, yo, I'm not fucking with nobody kids. You gotta respect the man for that.
Now Nino Brown?
He wouldn't kid. Nino had the little girl up like a fucking shield and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit.
He did not care. Yeah, that's the difference with Nino and Tony. You see what I'm talking about? Like Nino went out by an old man with a pistol. Tony took it like a G. He was like, yo, fuck y'all, man. I'm going out like a soldier, and that's what he did. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, yo, that's the difference with those two films right there. The ending, the way that they killed off the anti-hero is like, yo, Scarface is a classic. I love New Jack City too, but I Tony went out like a G.
Shit. One of my favorite lines in the movie was when Dobo was like, "Turn your bitch ass over." Just imagine you got shot, you struggling to live, motherfucker shot you, you still alive. Next thing you know, what ruins your fucking creativity, your integrity, your dignity? Turn your bitch ass over.
Yes, the shootout in Tony Mansion. Tony he didn't have like a big crew with him. He should have had that.
Right.
He probably would have been alive.
But he fucked over everybody. Like everyone.
You know what I'm saying? He just had his closest people, and then Manolo and him wasn't talking because Manolo married Gina. I think if Manolo was there, he would have been alive. And Manolo would have looked out for him.
See, Manolo, he hard headed because Tony clearly said,
right,
don't go after my sister. Clearly said.
Mm-hmm.
And he gonna be all like, it's a surprise. I'm like, bitch.
Right. And by the time he killed Manolo, it was like he was coked up, and then he realized his mistake after. He's like, oh shit, I killed his nigga.
Right, and his fucking sister's like, you wanna fuck me, Tony?
Right.
Fuck me, Tony.
Right. Fucking Elizabeth Manstrano, whatever her name is.
Right.
She didn't even look. What was she supposed to be, like Cuban or something? She didn't look at it.
She was white.
Yeah, with an afro.
You wanna fuck me?
I remember watching the Abyss, and I'm like, this is the same chick that played Gina in Scarface. This chick here, crazy.
But listen, I'm about to call it a night because I'm getting kind of hungry and I didn't even eat dinner yet.
Your ass just was smoking. I know you hungry.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I might just go up to Steak and Shake up the street, get me some fries, and go to Sheets and some salsa. I'm trying to stay up for a little bit. But this has been fun. I like this.
Definitely want to do more discussions like these, man.
I definitely agree with you on that.
You know what I'm saying? Like I want to definitely do the Phil Collins album and Blondie very soon.
I'm down. Whenever you want to do
have a date. I'm gonna plan a date for those. So
all right.
For that. We doing Back on the Block on Reggie's channel like Sunday, you said?
Let me give you a final answer. I'll give you a final
Okay.
answer on that because I want to get all my stuff I have to get over done this weekend.
Right. Okay.
So give me like Saturday, no Friday night. Give me that.
All right. Cool. Cool. All right.
All right, bro. But appreciate this, man.
Yes.
I'm
Salute to Ronnie and Sam and everybody that showed up.
right.
Who else I'm forgetting? I'm forgetting anybody? Mr. Crown Heights. I never seen you in here.
Hey, the more the merrier.
The regular people that show up and show us love, man. Salute to you all.
Right.
You know, for real, man. Thanks as always. This is no doubt Rocksteady. I want to say this is out of print. I'm not even sure. I didn't check. It might be.
I'll
If
be
it is,
surprised.
y'all know what to do. Check eBay or Discogs. You know.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, bro. Peace.
Yeah. All right. Peace.
Peace.